Hi, and welcome back to CyberPower Tech Labs, where today we'll be taking a first look at one of the newest family members of the ROG motherboard lineup. This is the ASUS Rampage III Black Edition, and this is a very high-end X58 motherboard, one of the most high-end you'll find on the market. Looking at the packaging, you can see that it pretty much spells high-end, and when you open the flap, you'll see that we have the motherboard and an add-on card for this motherboard, which we'll take a look at shortly. So some basics about this board: it is a X58 chipset motherboard and supports your Intel Core i7-900 series processors. It is NVIDIA SLI and ATI Crossfire ready. So what we're going to do is open it up and take a look at what's on the inside of this box. Okay, you got the motherboard and your Thunderbolt add-on card. You also have a box full of accessories. So let's go over the accessories quickly. Starting off, you see we have a lot of SATA cables, USB and eSATA add-on, ROG Connect USB cable, a optional heatsink chipset fan for those of you who aren't running liquid cooling on your board. You got some temp probes, zip ties, dual Wi-Fi antennas. Here's some multi-GPU bridges. You have Crossfire, you have a 3-way SLI, and you also have a SLI. Here's the I/O shield for the motherboard, your driver and software disk, Rampage 3 motherboard manual, and also a Thunderbolt audio precision test report. And down below that you'll find a decal for the board. Okay, so that was the accessories. Now let's take a look at the hardware. So once again, Thunderbolt add-on card and motherboard. We'll go over the Thunderbolt card quickly. So as you can see, it's a pretty big sized expansion card, X1 slot. And you can see Thunderbolt powered by Zonar, and basically what this card is a combination of network and audio into one. On the one hand, you have the Bigfoot Network Killer E2100 NPU on this card, and you also have sound from the Zonar technologies from ASUS, and that's being outputted by SPDIF out. You have a line in and a line out jack. More connections on this card. You have a front panel port connection here from your case to the card. You also have a 4-pin Molex EATX power for the card for the headphone amp. And you also have a USB connection here. So that's the Thunderbolt card. Now let's take a look at the motherboard. Okay, so one of the first things you'll notice about this board, it's an all-black PCB with pretty high-end components. You have solid capacitors throughout this board. At the top here, you'll find your 1366 CPU socket, and that's being surrounded by some pretty stylish and innovative heat sinks, as always from ASUS. Here's the 2 screw holes for your optional heatsink fan for those of you who aren't running liquid cooling. A total of 6 memory DIMM slots. You have a post LED code here that spits out the codes as your system boots up. Power reset button. And also you have 4 switches right beneath that, which are PCIe diagnostic switches, allowing you to turn on and turn off individual PCIe slots for you to diagnose video cards if there's any issues with that. 24-pin power from your power supply to the motherboard, USB 3.0 front header for your cases that support it. A total of 8 SATA ports on this board. You have 6 SATA 2 and 2 SATA 3. Down below that you'll find a BIOS switch that allows you to switch between the 2 BIOS that are installed on this motherboard. So for expansion slots, you have a total of 4 PCIe X16 slots, allowing you to do 3-way SLI or 4-way Crossfire. And to get more power to the slots, you also have this additional 4-pin Molex down below for that. Now your setup won't give you the slots to install the Thunderbolt card. You're You're in great shape still, thanks to some pretty awesome onboard audio and Ethernet options on this board. And onboard is being provided by an XFI2 Supreme FX audio chipset, and onboard LAN is provided by Intel. And before we jump to the back I/O ports and connectivity, I also want to point out that this board has dual 8-pin CPU connections to provide more voltage to the CPU, allowing you to overclock your system better. Okay, so here are the rear I/O ports and connections. Starting at the top, you have a PS2 keyboard and mouse combo. You have a total of 6 USB 2.0 ports with an additional USB 2.0 dedicated for the ROG Connect. And here's the ROG Connect button. Bluetooth 3.0 and 802.11 Wi-Fi on this board is standard. And here's a clear CMOS button. Dual eSATA ports, dual USB 3.0 port, onboard network, and audio ports right beneath that. Okay, so this has been an overview of the ASUS Rampage 3 Black Edition. It is now available on our website at CyberpowerPC.com for customizing and configuring. Additionally, CyberPower has teamed up with ASUS to give away one of these awesome boards to one lucky YouTube viewer. For more information on how you can enter to win, please visit our website at cyberpowerpc.com/forums for additional info for entry. Thank you for watching.